Well, the new for 2025 launched Wingcoaster opening at King's Dominion has finally opened for previews, and that means the media and some of the influencers we know have experienced this roller coaster already. And now if you look at the official POV and some of these riders cam footage, there are one major thing we need to talk about. And yes, you guessed it, it is the launch sequence, because this one looks quite shaky and rattly. And just take a look at how El Toro Ryan bounces around on this launch track, and then in the end he also said smooth ride, so it must not be that bad. And now I will not use his official riders cam footage anymore, and hopefully it is alright to just borrow a bit of these seconds. And now we can officially say that the launch track on Rapterra is officially quite bouncy, and that was the one thing many of us roller coaster enthusiasts really worried about when we saw the off-ride testing of this roller coaster. But now we have finally gone over the main worry about this roller coaster, so what can the rest of the roller coaster layout really offer? And now let's quickly go through the whole roller coaster layout. First of all, we have this rolling launch taking the riders from 0 to 65 miles per hour in 4 seconds, so it isn't really the fastest or most punchy launch, but it looks alright. And then you have this 140 feet tall sideways top hat, and it really looks like you're getting some airtime on this one. And to be honest, Rapterra doesn't really look that smooth compared to other B&M wing coasters. But then the roller coaster flies up into a big and very drawn out dive loop, and I think this inversion gives some strong positive g-forces when you go down this inversion. And then the roller coaster quickly flies over this big drawn out twisted airtime hill with a bit of floater airtime. Coaster then flies low to the ground through a strong upwards bank turn. Then you have this weird looking stangle dive / sideways airtime hill with a bit of floater yet again. Then the riders can experience a long drawn out yet fast paced corkscrew inversion. This inversion seems to be a bit faster compared to other wing coasters. And after that the roller coaster flies through an awesome looking airtime hill giving stronger floater airtime. And then finally in the end you have this weirdly profiled hardline roll. It really looks like it's going to be an awesome inversion. And I think this inversion gives a decent amount of hang time combined with some speed and also the typical whip on a wing coaster. And then the final element on Rapterra is a sharp bank turn giving strong positive g-forces. Well, this was overall just my prediction of how the roller coaster will really feel. And now if I have to do a quick sum up, I really think Rapterra is going to be a high tier B&M wing coaster overall. And we all know that many of these wing coasters are quite slow paced and floaty, but Rapterra actually looks kind of fast. And now when you look at many of these riders cams, you can see at the bottom of many of these elements the roller coaster is quite shaky, so it isn't really going to be the smoothest wing coaster overall. But now if I'm being completely honest, this small rattle and shaky will not do any harm for the riders. And now we have finally taken a look at the official POV of Rapterra, and this is where we can finally say that the former B&M coasters a few years ago were way smoother than this one. You have this bouncy launch track section and also a bit more rattle compared to the older B&M roller coasters, but it doesn't really do any harm for the riders. And yes, I can officially say that I'm going to ride this roller coaster in 2025, so stay tuned. And I'm very excited to see in-depth reviews of this launch wing coaster in the future. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't think Rapterra can compete with Thunderbird or Phoenix at Toverland in Europe. And now I finally said what I wanted to say in this short video. If you really like roller coaster videos like these, please consider subscribing to the channel, that would be awesome. And now at the end of the day, I'm always gonna say bye bye.